Is up? We're playing HVAC Seek and Find. I think it's gonna be one of those. The suite is the second floor on this side of that green awning. So, unless it's a split system, 73 degrees in the space. The complaint was humidity, and it's running about 73 degrees and about that's 5. That was one of them was labeled. This is going to be 6, I'm guessing, and that's theirs. So these are their 2 units. Older Lennox. I don't know if these have dehum capability or not, but they've been here for a little while. So it's running about 65% humidity at 73-ish degrees. We turned them both down a little bit. They turned them down earlier and said it wasn't making temperature, so they went to like 71, and we're still reading 73. What the hell is this? That's nice. So let's tear these things apart and see what might be going on. I got a little bit of hail damage on the coils. I don't feel great airflow, and that feels pretty warm. My fan is pushing up. So let's see what's going on here. Let's get some temp drops and see what's running, what's not running. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. We do have another metering device, and it looks like this tag shows multiple times the charge was added. Everything else looks normal, and I've got a cool suction line, so she might be a little low on charge again. Look at it. Man, they did a great job installing that thermostat wire. Got red and common here. Just sitting on our line. That's gonna see the spot that I rib out. Let's get the panel off the other one and see what it looks like. Got the same thing here. Cold suction. This suction might be a little bit colder. I mean, we got steady flashing lights, which is normal operation. So before we go doing anything with charge, come on, man. Let's get that off of there. Get that off of there. There's no tag in this one saying any charge has been added, but we don't have any dehum control. We do have a Y2 connected. I don't know why, because there's no Y2, but let's keep on just checking all the basic stuff. We need to check blowers, filters, and make sure our economizers are closed, because that would give us a humidity issue, and then we'll kind of go from there. So our filters are pretty clean. I can see the economizer's cracked. It's just at a in position, it's not open. And we got direct drive blowers with some sort of speed control. So we're probably gonna have to throw gauges on these guys and see where we're at. We can close the min position on the economizers if we need to. It wasn't that humid in there, so that they didn't make temperature would be the bigger concern at this point. Probably they made temperature, they might be okay. I do have condensate. The drain pan looks clear. I mean, I got condensate coming out of both of them, at least a little bit. Let's check that one the same way and then figure out what we want to do. We got the same deal here. Economizer's cracked. Blower looks to be on the same speed. I don't see any noticeable like signs of leaking or anything. Except this one does have. I didn't see this on the other drain pan, but, and I don't know if y'all can see, but maybe some oil in that drain pan, which would tell me it's probably a leak in the evaporator somewhere. We can leak check, but we're gonna have to put gauges on these guys first and see, maybe get a temp drop first and then kind of move forward from there. So I'm doing this on my phone, so yeah, I ain't getting readings, but This one that hasn't been tagged with leaking, actually satisfied. Head pressure saturation was running around 100. Head pressure saturation over here was running about 80. 40-ish degree evaporator here, 33 degree evaporator here. So this one's low on charge again, obviously. I had like a 15 degree temp drop and I got like 20 degree temp drop. So just slightly off on everything. I'm dumping charge to get where I need to be over here. We're about getting there. I had to jump it out because it's satisfied too. I'm running about 51 degrees now, so I'm suspecting it's going to be about 71 degrees in the space, and we're just going to leave it at that for now because this one looked okay. I'm not going to mess with too much. This looked like an open space, big open space down here, and then this one, the thermostat was in like a conference room, so this seems to be maybe taking care of a smaller space. The humidity wasn't outlandish. Economizer was cracked more so on this one. I went ahead and shut the economizer. That one was basically closed when I got here. It looked like it was cracked a little bit, but so both economizers are closed. We got this guy charged up. We're gonna tag it, and looks like I might have time because I've been watching this guy right here that just floated over top of my head. So once I get it charged, I'm probably gonna come back up with the leak detector and just scan the evaporator real quick, see if I can pick up anything. I don't know exactly how old these things are. Serial number is 12, so maybe that's a 2012. So I mean, we're looking at over 10 years old as it is. So we'll decide what we want to do from there. It's been leaking for a few years. We're gonna be all right. And I'm just about done charging this guy. All right. You can see my condensation here. I've been trying not to flood my compressor, but I was a little bit. These things are almost exactly the same now. I'm running a 42-ish degree evaporator and 100 degrees or so saturation on my head pressure. I can see light through the condenser. So I'm gonna pack up I had to go down and grab my other probe bag. So I had my refrigerant probes. I need to pack all that shit down because we got just pop-up storms coming. It looks okay right now, and then I'm gonna bring up my leak detector and we'll kind of go from there. I didn't have jumpers, so I kind of makeshift. I found some wire and got it jumped out. I had to jump out G as well because the blower didn't come on initially. The blower cycled off on this one. The blower circulated on that one. These are both 4-ton by looking at them, so my guess is they just hid one of the thermostats, and this just splits the space up half and half. So these should be all right, but we got a blower running on this one. I want to get my blower running on that one and help move some of that air around and see if that doesn't help. This all should help and fix their humidity issues. Next, we'll see if we can find a leak on this thing, a tiny leak. Caps go back on, and the one thing I carry in every bag other than wire ties, nylog and snug. Don't tighten brass caps down like this because you'll actually booger the end of it up and you won't ever be able to get the valve core out if you need to. You got the wind pushing in. These things, the core depressors from Appian are amazing too. So let's clean all this stuff up, tighten your caps down, bring a leak detector up here. So the DR82's warmed up. Let's start on this back side. I can take this panel off if I need to, but I'm just gonna see if I get any hits. It's gonna be a small leak anyways. I did weigh my tank when I took it down. I probably overcharged a little bit. I put about 5 pounds in it. It's the bad thing about weighing it before you bring it up. You don't realize how much you've actually put in, but it's been 2 years since the last charge. And it's been basically 2 pounds on the tag every year since 18, so I didn't overcharge it by that much. And I'll just get it to last a little longer. No hits there. Let's come on this side. So I didn't see any oil or anything up here. The oil I saw was in the drain pan. and your cap tubes where they go into the coil are typical spots, U-bends right at the metal header, just like everything else. Let's get the bottom here. Oh, there she is. Where are you? I seen you. Right there. Right there on the bottom. Maybe that bottom cap tube. Or maybe one of these U-bends over here. Well, it's down in there somewhere. The trusty DR82 does the job again. I have to tear this off and maybe get some bubbles in there and see if I can pinpoint where it's at, but it's going to be down here. This is where I saw the oil. I don't know if y'all could see it the last time down in that pan, but it just looked more oily than the other one, and you could see the water beading up a little bit. So let's tear this off. It's like I still got a little time. I've been fighting storms for the last month, honestly, so just keep your eyes on the sky. Let's see if we can pinpoint a little bit better. What the hell is that? Somebody lost a manometer thing. How about that? Well, it's a new fitting to add to the tool bag. It just dropped right in that drain. And you can see how the water puddles up like it's got oil in it. It's because it does. That's because this evaporator's leaking. I'd assume at that bottom cap tube. Get all the junk out of it. Let's see if we can. Probably gonna have to go to low. Since it's already picking it up. Let's switch over to low. Right there. That's just that bottom U-bend. I'm not getting anything on that U-bend above it. I'm not getting anything anywhere else either. I thought it might be that cap tube, which y'all can't see, but I'm on the cap tube right there. But this U-bend right at the coil, maybe. Where you at? There you are. Yep. Alright, we'll get some bubbles and see if we can pinpoint it. But it's down here on the very bottom of that coil. I don't know that you'll repair it unless it's on the actual, if it's not in the header maybe, but if it's on the U-bend or the, you know, the connection point, you could possibly fix that. But if not, you're gonna have to have an evaporator on a 12-year-old unit, or figure out what you want to do. These are heat pumps, so they do run a whole lot more. I did notice some wear on the compressor, just the paint wearing off. That one kind of had the same deal. We better turn it off before we go down to grab some bubbles. Probably freezing them out in there now, but that got kicked back in. Let's go do that. Let's grab some bubbles, see if we can't pinpoint, but I know where it's at now. That's good enough for me to say, hey, the evaporator's leaking. You need a new evaporator, or make a decision on what you want to do. I was gonna see if I could get y'all in there to see it. It's right on the bottom. Stop bubbling. It's that U-bend, and it's actually back at the metal. Hey now, take it easy. Yeah, trust me, it's leaking. This was a quick video. I'm about done. This was a long trip, so I didn't do the whole pressure temperature thing, y'all got what you got. You just got to know when. Humidity issues can be tricky, but they both got to be operating the best they can before you can go adjusting anything. And these have been here for 12 years. I haven't had a humidity call out here, so this is obviously something new. And it may have been a humidity call the first few times that people have added charge to it, which is fine, but nobody noted that they called about humidity issues. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to tag it and make sure everybody knows what's going on. We found a leak, at least one. There's liable to be more. And we'll go from there. I'm getting what I can, when I can. You just got to know when to take your time and go a little extra mile, and when to move quick through things. We're not terribly busy yet. This is the time of year we get the humidity problems because it's probably 80-ish degrees outside and overcast. So it just kind of is what it is. Leave a trade bear and you find it. I'll see y'all next time.